What's up, everyone? My name is Marie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's build, we're doing a home in Selvadorada. And this is actually the first time I'm ever building in this world. Yeah, it's the very first time. I've had this pack for quite a while now. Actually, not that long, but definitely like 2 or maybe even 3 months or so. And yeah, it's actually my first time building here because I've been a little bit afraid to build here because even though the world is so beautiful, it's filled with Mediterranean homes, and I am not really great at building Mediterranean homes. It's just definitely not a style that is in my comfort zone. And it's also not what I wanted to build. I didn't want to build a Mediterranean home. I actually didn't quite know what style I wanted to build it, and that's why this was so difficult for me. I do really like the way this home turned out. By the way, it's a rental. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but yeah, it's a rental home because I'm pretty sure you can't do any residential homes in Selvadorada. I'm actually not sure, but I think because it's a destination world, you can only build rentals here. But that's what I was going for anyway, so that's great. But yeah, like I said, it was really difficult because Selvadorada is such a beautiful world, but I just didn't know what to build. And it's so funny because it definitely took me 3 tries to actually get started on this build. Like, I had sat down 2 nights previous to this sitting that you can see in this video right here, and it just didn't work out. I started building from scratch. I didn't really have any inspiration images or anything, which is what I usually tend to do. Like, sometimes I look up inspiration on like Pinterest, or I just look for images, not to specifically like build something that I see there, but just to get started on the style and everything. But for this one, because I really didn't know what kind of style I wanted it to be, I just sat down and started building. And yeah, like I said, 2 times in a row, it just didn't work out. And I ended up quitting and just playing a different game and not building at all because it was so frustrating to me. But then the third night, or the third day, I built this yesterday, which was Saturday for me. I just sat down in the morning. I was in a pretty good mood, and I was really set on building something that I really liked in Selvadorada because I just couldn't get over the fact that I had failed like 2 times already. It just felt a little bit like failing because what is difficult, like, you can't see how it's turning out. Like right now, I already put the wallpaper and everything on it. I just skipped ahead a little bit. But yeah. I can't really describe the style of it. So I couldn't really find any images on Pinterest either that just inspired me or got me started or anything, because I don't even know how to describe it. It's a little bit like contemporary looking, but at the same time also a little bit like an original jungle build or something. I wouldn't know what the style of original like jungle homes would be, but that's definitely something that I wanted to go for, like a mix between contemporary but also a little bit older looking and very lush and overgrown, but at the same time quite modern. But there's also, as you can see, I used those jungle adventure columns that are very like, yeah, almost look like something from a ruin or something. So I really wanted to mix those 2 aspects, like the original like jungle vibe kind of thing with lots of greenery and plants and overgrown and that kind of vibe, combined with contemporary modern. That's what I was trying to go for, but like I said, it was very difficult to actually find any like inspiration for that. So I just sat down and started building, and well, like I said, 2 times that didn't work out, and then the 3rd time it actually did work out, and this shape actually came along quite easily. So that was really fun. What I had in mind was I really envisioned this like rounded deck area or rounded terrace or rooftop terrace or balcony or whatever you want to call it. That's what I really had in mind. I wanted to have like this rounded like overhang kind of thing. So that's the only thing that I'd really envisioned. So that's what I went with, and it worked out very nicely. I really like the shape of this house. It looks quite big, but it's not. On the inside, it's not that big. It does have a lot of outside space because, well, it's the jungle, so the weather is going to be nice, and I can also imagine it being quite rainy from time to time. I don't actually know because I've never played in Selvadorada before. I literally bought this pack because of the wooden flooring and the tile flooring and the wallpaper. That is why I bought this pack, which is crazy. I mean, I do that sometimes because I am more of a builder than an actual player. I do play the game from time to time as well. I really enjoy that. But yeah, I am more of a builder, if anything. So that's really, in all honesty, why I bought the pack, because of the floors that come with it and because of the wallpaper that comes with it. And because of the kitchen counters. I overuse those. I know that. I've used those counters in like my 2 previous builds that I put on my channel, and I'm using them, spoiler alert, in this build again. I'm so sorry, but I think those counters are just so beautiful, and I really love the drawers and the handles on those drawers. I hear a lot of people talk about them finding those counters to be a little bit too like bulky and like the handles to be a little bit too big, but I don't actually experience it like that. I just really like those handles. I don't know why I'm going on about countertop handles. I'm sorry. But yeah, as you can see, the inside, I moved on to the inside here. I tried to keep the clutter to a minimum, which was very difficult for me because I love using clutter. But like I mentioned, this is a rental home, so no one actually lives here. It's just, yeah, it's a rental. So I tried to keep the clutter to a minimum, and I succeeded a little bit. I mean, I did like put some books everywhere, put some magazines around, because I can definitely imagine the owners of this rental to just have like certain books about like the area, or maybe even cookbooks about like, I don't know, dishes from the area, and like magazines, and just something to read in the home. So I did put some books everywhere. But yeah, for the rest, I added lots of plants because that just goes with the whole jungle and lush and overgrown vibe of the home. So that's what I did. But yeah, for the rest, I tried to keep it as neat and clean as possible. And I tried to keep the colors like very muted and neutral with some pops of like yellow and blue. So yeah, that's what I was trying to go for, and I think it looks really nice. I did end up changing the color swatch of the little end tables with the TV on it and the little side table next to it. I don't think I recorded that, but I changed the colors to a darker wood tone because that just, yeah, made it look a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more mature or something, or a little bit more easy on the eyes. So yeah, and this house has room for 2 Sims. It's quite a big rental for only 2 Sims. I do realize that. So if you wanted to, you could actually change out the bookcase that you can see right here in the living room. You could change that. If you have tiny living, you could put like a Murphy bed or something against the wall there, and then you'd have room for 4 Sims. But there is only one. Well, it's not that small, but 1 bedroom upstairs that you can get to by using that door in the living room to the back of the house, and then you go up the stairs, and then you go up to the rooftop terrace, and that's where you can enter into the bedroom. But we'll get up there in a little while. And here you can see me decorating the kitchen. Like I said, I'm using those Jungle Adventure countertops and the tiles on the floor that I mainly bought the pack for a few months ago. I still really love those tiles. I think they're so beautiful, and I don't know, they just look so realistic to me. And the swatches are so pretty. So yeah, in the kitchen, I try to go for the little bit darker brown color swatches of everything. And I also try to keep the clutter to a minimum in the kitchen as well. There is no dishwasher or anything, so I did just use that little dry rack for dishes. I don't know what's the word for it in English. I just put a couple little things here and there, but not too much, which is why this build actually didn't take me so long. Usually builds take me quite a while, mainly because I use lots of clutter. And that always takes a while because I'm really precise about where I want to place everything. So I always use like the red shelf that a lot of you guys are probably familiar with. So yeah, that's why it always takes a while for me to clutter up certain rooms and spaces. But for this one, it didn't really take me quite as long because I used a lot less clutter. So that was very refreshing for a change. And there's also a half bathroom in the kitchen here. There's just only a toilet, no sink in here because there's a sink right there in the kitchen. So that, you know, I figured that's fine. There's also no bathroom in the bedroom here, or there is a bathroom but no sink in there. I thought I could have the bathroom be 4 tiles in this, the ensuite in the bedroom here. But there is, you can't see that right now, but there is a glass piece in the roof. So I forgot about that a little when I built in the ensuite, but it actually looks very weird because part of the bathroom, you can see that through the glass roof, and that just looks stupid. So I turned it into a 3-tile. No, actually a 2-tile. I think, yeah, it's a 2-tile bathroom as well. But there is a shower and a toilet in there. So no sink. I'm sorry, that just didn't fit. But yeah, there is a shower in there and a toilet. And if you want to wash your hands, you're just going to either have to go downstairs or just, you know, turn on the shower for like 1 second and wash your hands in the shower or something. I mean, it'll be fine. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, I did add some clutter. I added 2 dressers in here because I am moving over the bathroom like 1 tile. I'm making that smaller, or 1 tile. I'm making that smaller by 2 tiles. So there was actually room for a 2-tile dresser. So I changed that one out for a 2-tile dresser, but you'll see me do that in just a little while. And in here, I went with the neutral color swatches again. Like I said, because it's a rental, so I didn't really want it to be like too brightly and personally colored, if that makes any sense. There's a couple small puffs of color here and there, like some blues and some yellows and some greens, because the windows, or like those, well, they're windows, but there's no glass in them, but those are also like, they're dark green, so I just went with a couple of pops of green and yellow and blue just to, you know, tie it all in a little bit. And yeah, here I'm adding the toilet and the shower. It does actually function. I play tested it, and everything functions. Your Sims can get to the toilet and the shower okay. And I forgot to put blinds in front of the window where the shower is, but I did add those. So if you want to download this home off the gallery, there's actually there's blinds in the shower. So so no worries there. And then there is only a small dining table in the kitchen, but I figured your Sims are probably going to want to eat outside. I mean, they're on vacation in the jungle. The weather is probably going to be nice. They're probably going to want to sit outside. So I did add a few dining tables. I added a rounded one here on the terrace. And then I don't actually have the pack that comes with the hot tubs. So I did, originally, I really wanted to place the hot tub that we got from the 20th anniversary. I wanted to add that one right here where I put the couch, but it just looked weird with a little roof over it. So I ended up deleting that and going for a couch. So there's a nice little area where your Sims can sit down and relax on the rooftop. So that's nice. And then here on the other side of the bedroom, there is a door to this part of the terrace. This is also the terrace where the staircase leads to. And I just put a little what's that called, an awning or an overhang, just a little roof piece basically, and I put a table up there, another table for maybe when it's raining but still warm. Your Sims just want to sit outside and eat but don't want to get wet. I'm sorry, I can't speak. But that's where they can sit, like underneath underneath a little roof. So yeah, they can just sit and hang out there. And then I added the fireplace outside. I think that is such a beautiful fireplace, and it looks beautiful outside of the build, in my opinion. And here I tried to add the hot tub in another place, but yeah, I just didn't really like the way it looked. If you want to, you can definitely add it to the lot because there's lots of room for it. But yeah, I just decided to go for the looks of things and not add it. And I also added a little barbecue up here on the terrace as well. So yeah, I really love the vibe of this home. I hope you do too. We're heading on into screenshots pretty soon, so I really hope you enjoyed it. You can download this build off the gallery. My username is @Simmarysims, and you can also follow me on Instagram. My username on Instagram is @Simmarysims as well. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this build. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!